Last week, Namibia was shaken by yet another tragic road accident on the way to Mariental, where out of 20 passengers involved, 16 lost their lives. While we often blame the state of our roads, statistics and experts continue to point to a bigger issue: driver behavior. Speeding, reckless overtaking, fatigue, and even drunk driving remain some of the leading causes of fatalities on our road. Today on Hot Topics, we shift the conversation to the human factor behind the wheel, the choices drivers make that can either save lives or cost them. Presenter John Ikonja recently spoke to Deputy Commissioner Rosario Kutsia, Head of Operations at Namibia Police Traffic. This is what he had to say.
Got the best roads, but that doesn't help. We've got the best roads, but we can say the worst drivers. Yes, so the statistics for the 25th to the 31st of August, yes. We saw that the injuries declined by 17% and 30%, the crashes and injuries. However, the fatalities rose by 175%, which is a lot. In contrast to the same period, 2023, the injuries declined by 9%, while fatalities increased by 69%. Mm-hmm. And this is on a weekly basis. We are recording this, although I've not been here with it, Namibia Connect, yes. but still the fatalities, it's a stark reminder of what's going on our roads. Yeah. And all of this we can attribute to driver behavior. As long as we as drivers, and I'm not excluding myself, mm-hmm. or anybody, if we don't change our ways, I don't know where are we going to stand. If we look at the crashes, 59 were recorded for the week, mm-hmm. 89 injuries, and then the 22 fatalities. In comparison to last year, where 71 crashes were recorded, 128 injuries, and 8 fatalities. Now just look, from 8 to 22, that's that 175% increase. Mm-hmm. And if we look at the year-to-date statistics, it doesn't paint a nice picture, because in terms of the second decade of action for road safety strategy, yeah. we must reduce crashes by 50%, 2030. We've got 5 years left. Mm-hmm. But if you look at the trend, it's going upwards instead
by
of
huge margin, actually.
By huge margins, yeah. Yes. So the number of crashes that were recorded on Namibian roads, that's now your serious and fatal crashes. Yes. It's 2,043. In contrast to 1,983 for last year, same period from 1 January to 31 August. Injuries was 3,507 in comparison to 3,486. Yes. Then your fatalities is 337 in comparison to 275 for 2023. So this tells us that we've got a serious problem on our roads. Yeah.
Well, Uri, the first thing I have to say about today's Hot Topics is, number one, what's happening on the roads is so sad. And what we've seen with this latest accident, that there was mass fatalities. And secondly, the statistics that Deputy Commissioner Kutsia is speaking about, it's almost unbelievable. Yeah. That there's more than a doubling of these incidents if you compare the statistics from this year to the previous year. And in all of that, it's all like 99% of it, or let's say 98% of it, is contributed to human behavior on the road. And I can truly attest to that, because I drive long distance every day coming to and from work. And people drive like trash.
I agree. I can totally agree. Especially, I don't know why they drive like that at night. Most of the time, mm-hmm. when they can't see, they drive so fast and so recklessly. Well, from what I've experienced myself, because there was a time we were driving and somebody had their bright light, like the headlights on.
The brights on.
Yeah, and then when we were telling them to take it off, he took it off just when he was approaching us, so we couldn't see what was in front of us, and it was like a warthog. Yeah. So we were with the kids, we hit this warthog, and I feel like it was just not considerate
Yes.
also. They are
Yes.
not considerate on the
Yes.
road
Yeah.
as we should be
Yeah.
with fellow drivers.
I mean, we've had over the years, whether on NBC platforms, many conversations with the stakeholders when it comes to road safety. The MVA coming to the top of my mind. You know, every holiday season they have campaigns, and
Yes.
and they try to really educate, you know, drivers, road users in general, about, you know, your part that you need to bring in making the road safe, not only for yourself, but the next person. So for the next driver, the pedestrians, the people that are on bikes and so forth. And I also some years ago was working with the MVA on a road safety campaign. And I don't know if it's because I was privy to that and, you know, really understood what it is that they do. And they were speaking about, you know, the factors that contribute to high accident rates. And of course, that's, you know, drunk driving, number one,
Yes.
speeding, driving beyond the limit, number two, and also fatigue on the road, like just poor planning. So you know you've got to travel with your wife and kids this weekend to the farm, to the coast, wherever it may be, but you don't plan in time. And then last minute you get back from work at 5 o'clock, you knock off and you're rushing everybody, get the bags and whatever. We have to go before the sun sets and all of that. And you're tired. You've had a full 8-hour day at work. You get home and you drive immediately within 30 minutes this long distance, and you know the coast is close, but some people drive really far.
Yeah.
And so poor planning, you don't even have time to check your car. They taught me how to check your car every single time you get into your vehicle.
Really?
Even if you're just driving to the shop or driving to a friend's house, and check your vehicle, because you just don't know. Check if all your tires are, you know, your tires aren't deflated. Check if your lights are working, and it's so quick, Uri. It's so quick, and people don't do that. And then you get on this long distance drive, you haven't checked, you have a tire burst, you're speeding.
Yes.
I mean, we really need to change how we drive on these roads, because the roads are not the issue. We've established
Definitely.
that. Namibia has some of the safest roads in the world. That has not changed. Our road infrastructure, I feel personally, is just improving.
Yeah.
But our actions behind the wheel, somehow it's just not clocking. That we need to be, you know, safer and do better and think of the next person.
Yeah, and I hear you when it comes to the poor planning, because most people, they will drive after work because they need to get to that place at night or on Friday. But my question is, why rush? The day's over. I mean, when you do arrive, I'm now speaking in terms of in my culture, in the Oshirero culture, where the weddings are a full weekend, and you say you're driving that Friday night. What exactly are you going to do? I mean, you're just going to set up your tent and then sleep. So I think we should be more, when it comes to planning, we should be really intentional with our planning, as you've said. And if you can't, if there's nothing that's really urgent, drive in the morning. Well, even at 4 o'clock in the morning, because the sun is going to rise soon, and you'll
And
be.
at least you refresh.
Yes, you've slept and you're good to go the next day.
Yeah.
And the drunk driving, I don't know. What more should people see? What can be done for people to know that this is really an issue?
And it's a collective effort if we want to change it.
Exactly.
Yeah. We did a poll also, Uri. Please take us through the questions and the responses that we got on our NBC Digital News WhatsApp channel.
Yes. We've asked the question of, what do you believe is the biggest cause of road accidents in Namibia? Is it one, speeding, reckless overtaking, driving under the influence, fatigued, or distracted driving? And many of them, 516 people, said reckless overtaking.
Yeah.
I've seen that as well, where as soon as you try to overtake, they quickly come back in the lane because they haven't really checked.
Yeah.
Okay, the next question that we got is, when do you think about road safety? Where does the biggest responsibility lie? With the driver, the law enforcement, with the government, the road infrastructure and policy, with passengers holding drivers accountable, and by a landslide, over 600 people said the responsibility is with the driver.
Yeah. We also asked about stricter law enforcement.
Yes.
Will harsher fines help? Will more roadblocks help to address reckless, driving? And also by a landslide, people said yes. So Namibian police traffic, if you're listening, the Namibian nation is in agreement that harsher fines and more roadblocks will do the trick. We've come to the end of this evening's program. We hope you join us again next week, Monday, bright and early. Not so early, at 6 p.m. sharp here on NBC One. From Uri and myself, it's goodbye.
Good night.